Hey everybody, thank you for joining me back here at Chronic Life Success. So I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach tonight on this recording. I'm trying to make this a little bit more personable. I've been trying to report these research articles more like a news program. However, that's not quite who I am. I like being a lot more personable. And so that's where I'm going to go with this. I really want to build a community here. So, for those of you who are not familiar with me, I have a background in healthcare and have over a decade worth of nursing experience. And so, due to a virus that was going around not too long ago, I've unfortunately suffered an injury to my lungs, which is preventing me from going back to nursing in the traditional sense. And so, in this time, I would still like to give back in some way. So that's why I want to do this. And I want to provide this information to everybody. I also want to build a community. After One of the things that I found after being released from the hospital after having this pretty acute infection is that there's not a lot of information out there for people who have now suffered with a chronic illness, a chronic disease, or a chronic injury. And so I'm trying to fill that void. After the doctor's appointments are done, after the therapy appointments are done, there's this big space. And so I'm trying to fill that with stories of people who have dealt with their own chronic situations and are finding success or glimmers or sparkles, if you will. Through my own experience, I've definitely found that there are some dark days after an injury or illness has affected you, and so I'm really trying to brighten them up. Part of that is I want to be able to do some research news. And so that is what I am presenting today. So if you've been following me for this long, I really hope that you do subscribe and click that like button. And please share with people who have chronic diseases, chronic illnesses that you know. You don't know where they are in their disease process or injury process, and they may still be having some dark days, and this information might be really beneficial to them. So please feel free to share that with them. And if we can build up a community, that would be awesome. I'm going to continue on. I have a couple research articles here today, which I think are really fantastic. My sources will be in the description. So if you want to learn more about them, please have a look. Start off with our first article today. So this article involves something that most of us partake in on a daily basis, and that is a good old cup of joe, a cup of coffee. And so researchers in Portugal have recently found that drinking about 3 cups of coffee a day might actually help us live longer. The study, it showed that coffee drinkers had about a 17% lower risk of dying from all causes and were less likely to deal with age-related diseases. Scientists think this is because the coffee is packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation, which is something that we all want, especially if you're dealing with chronic conditions. But here's the deal breaker. It's not a free pass to drink 10 cups of coffee a day. And in full disclosure, the research was funded by the coffee industry. So please take that with a grain of salt, a splash of milk, oat milk, some sugar, maybe a little Irish cream, um, and such. So moderation definitely is the key there. Enjoy your coffee. Too much sugar definitely is not a good thing either. The next article I'd just like to have a brief conversation about is in regards to cancer research. And so researchers have been using a drug called selinexor, which is a cancer drug already in use. However, they are using it for a different type of cancer, and that is small cell lung cancer with a tricky mutation called KRAS or KRAS. And it's showing real promise. So selinexor is already FDA approved for other cancers, and it has shown it could stop tumor growth in non-small cell lung cancers. And so this is exciting news. Lung cancer kills lots of people every year. It is the most common cause of death across both sexes in North America. This is fantastic news. And it's always great when we can find a new use for an old tool. So it's always nice to have a new use for an old tool. And it's looking like this could really save lives. And just think about how this could help family and caregivers spend more time with their loved ones. The next article is really quite interesting. I kind of had a little chuckle with this one. And so worms, yes, worms, they might actually hold a key to some groundbreaking treatments. And so certain parasites release a protein that actually calms our immune system. It's their way of surviving without triggering a full-blown attack from our bodies. And so what is cool about this mechanism is that it can help treat autoimmune and inflammatory diseases. And so imagine using what we learned from worms to help treat conditions like Crohn's disease and rheumatoid arthritis. It's like Mother Nature being like, hey, here's a clue, use it wisely. And so the next little article that I found is in regards to colorectal cancer. This one hit a little bit closer to home as I had a recent opportunity to chat with Tammy Rader. She is a cancer survivor of not only breast cancer, but also rectal cancer. And coming across this article was really fortuitous in timing. And so scientists have been able to use two immunotherapy drugs, nivolumab and ipilimumab. I will have those words in the description because they are tough to say. Researchers shown that they have been found to significantly improve survival rates in patients with a specific type of tumor. These drugs work by helping your immune system recognize and destroy the cancer cells, and that is pretty amazing. And the best part is that this treatment is less harsh than traditional chemotherapy, and it's not just about living longer, but it's also about living better. And in all my years of healthcare, that is one of the conversations that many healthcare practitioners have is quality of life over quantity of life. And so anything we can do to improve the quality of life, even if we can't improve the longevity, is really important. And anytime we can give people that lust for life and the ability to enjoy their loved ones despite dealing with these very scary chronic issues is a fantastic thing. Lastly, we have the power of walking. So this will be the last article for tonight, and it's just talking about walking. And so something simple as walking can have a huge difference in your health. Experts are saying that by mixing it up and alternating between faster and slower speeds, you can seriously boost your fitness. This is called interval walking, and it is a total game changer. Even just 20 minutes of this kind of walking can improve your blood sugar and help with weight management and make your heart stronger. And let's be real, sometimes a good walk is as much about mental health as it is about physical health. It is a chance to clear your head, breathe, and just feel alive. And so tonight, I would like to thank you again for joining me here on Chronic Life Success. If you want to know more about these research articles, please check in the description. I will leave my sources there. And once again, thank you so much for trying to help build this community with me. I think it's really important. This is a space that there really is not a lot of information in. And so I would really like to fill that void by providing high quality information, opportunities to talk with people who have real life experiences. And so please like, share, subscribe. There's a lot of people out there dealing with chronic illness, injuries, and diseases. And so let's bring them into this umbrella. Let's get them enjoying life a little bit more. And let's look a lot more at that quality versus the quantity. And until next time, have yourself a great night.